person as a realtor or an agent, and I already defined who an agent is, or an estate agency, or who an agent is. An agent is just one person who acts on behalf of another person in order with a third party to bring about a binding relationship in a business transaction. So that's who an agent is. So it's also the same as a broker, it's the same as a realtor, representing one person who serves as your principal with another person to bring about a binding relationship in a business transaction. So how can we dabble into real estate? There are different things or different um, ways in which we can do real estate. We can just be a mere agent, all those people who rent houses or spaces out to people. They are also into real estate. I mean, that's a form of real estate. Then there are other people who helps to sell or buy, properties. There are also realtors, there are agents as well. There are brokers. So there are other people. You can be a developer. A developer is somebody who builds an estate. You can be a builder, like just build houses to sell, or you can just, set up an estate for people and sell to people So I don't know if I'm being heard actually. I don't know if I'm being heard. I guess so. I guess I'm
Yes,
being
we can
heard.
hear you, sir.
All right. So thank you. So uh to be a realtor or to dabble into real estate, there are certain things you need to know. I've just given you the basic things that you need to know, the fundamentals. But you can also be a real estate entrepreneur. What does that mean? It means that you don't even need to do. I mean, by default, a lot of our parents, a lot of people are into real estate already, but they don't know. You can just buy a property. As long as you buy a property, you are already into real estate. So that's why you see that when you look at Forbes lists, when they are talking about the richest people in the world, you hear that they have done real estate. They don't necessarily have to have a real estate company. It's just them probably buying properties, buying land, buying houses, and reselling them. That's what makes them be successful in real estate. So that's one part of real estate that most of us do not know. You don't have to have a real estate company to do that. You can just buy a property, then sell, make profit from it. You're already into real estate. So that's how I started in my own, for my own person. I was lucky. I bought a property for ₦1 million, and in less than a year, I was able to sell for 3.7 million naira. So I made a lot of money. I was happy, and then I turned it into a business, and that's how I got into real estate. So we can basically do that as well. We can also buy properties. We can buy cheap properties, sell. We have clientels around us already. Our friends, our family members are already our clientele. We just need to be honest. We need to have integrity. It's very important for us because I cannot buy property from somebody who has a shady attitude, who I do not trust. So it's important to be a good person. So if you are going to do real estate, you have to be a good person. First thing first, you have to have integrity and you have to be reliable. You have to be trustworthy. It's very, very, very important. So, like I said, I think I've mentioned 3 ways that we can go into real estate, get into real estate. We can start as, we can do rentals, just go to any house. I mean, I'm just giving you basic information because if I go deeper into this, I don't think we have enough time to do all of these things. So I'm just summarizing the whole thing. So you can just go to probably a new house or an old house available for rent. Just meet with the landlord and ask if you can help them get tenants in the place. So that makes you're already into real estate like that. I mean, that's rentals is one way, or one is a type of real estate that you can do. You can help people rent their spaces, apartments, houses out to other people. You're already into real estate. You can be a developer. You can build and sell. If you have the money, just buy land. You don't even need to know how to build. You can hire professionals such as a QS, a quantity surveyor, then a project manager, an architect. They will help you build with little or no supervision. As long as you have the funds available, they will help you build and you can sell. That's what most of the developers in Lagos are doing. Most of them don't know how to build. They don't even have any experience. They didn't have any experience. They just have the funds. And, just walk up to a project manager, an architect, a quantity surveyor. They'll put you through and they will help you with little or no supervision. Of course, you will pay them. So after building, you can sell that property. You can sell that property. That way, you're already into real estate. You are a real estate investor like that. So, and then the other one I mentioned is, just seeing a property, buying a property. If you have the money, then flipping it, like just selling it. You can sell it yourself. You can network with other realtors to help you sell. You make your profits. That way, you're already into real estate. But there are certain things that makes it easy or that makes it easier. One of them is you have to, I already mentioned that you have to have integrity. If you are not a reliable and trustworthy person, you can't do real estate, because once you mess up once, I mean, you might never get a second chance again. There are lots of people who are doing the same business that you do, so you can't afford to mess it up for yourself. So another thing is networking. Whichever kind of real estate you have chosen to do, you have to network. You have to know people. You have to socialize. You have to attend functions. You have to attend or probably join social clubs where you get to meet people, attend trainings. You just have to know people. You just have to know people. It is important to network. You can't sell all of the properties to your family members. You can't sell them to your siblings. So you have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who is interested in buying real estate. So it's very, very important to network. Another thing is training, 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 training. So there are agents. I do not like to be called an agent, even though I do the work of an agent also, but I don't like to be called an agent. I mean, we all want to package ourselves. I want to be called a broker. I want to be called a realtor. I want to be called a developer. But you can't just, stay under one tree in one estate, or you can't just have a shop and say that you are a realtor. I mean, you have to package yourself. You have to have some certification. You have to have some certification. So you have to attend trainings. You have to attend trainings, a lot of trainings, whether it is free, whether it's paid for. You have to attend trainings. And good thing about attending trainings is that you also get to network there. So I let me share an experience with you. So I attended School of Estate and Business. I paid heavily to attend that school, and the good thing is I've actually done business or businesses with people that I've never even got to meet. They are just alumni of that school, and I wanted to buy a property for a client. The property is in Lagos, and I didn't even have to come to Lagos or didn't need to go to Lagos. I just dropped the message in that group that, okay, I need somebody to help me verify a property on the island in Lagos. So I got somebody who contacted me. So he did all the runs for me. In fact, I asked him to meet the clients for me. Everything worked out. I just woke up one morning and he told me to send my account details, that everything was successful. And he sent my own cut of the money. So that's what networking does for you. trainings, networking. You have to take them seriously. So then again, let's talk about commission. Let's talk about commission. So this is what our commission looks like, or this is what the real estate agents, realtor developers commission looks like. So commission on every transaction is usually 5% from the buyer and 5% from the seller, which is negotiable if it involves a lot of money, and it will be shared by the total number of agents involved, or realtors or brokers involved. So let's assume that you sell a property of 1 million naira, or let's say you sell a property of 10 million naira. So your commission, if you are the only agent involved between the buyer and the seller, so your commission will be 10% of 10 million, which is 1 million naira. So that's how good real estate is. It's such a sweet business, but it doesn't get rosy overnight. You would have done a lot of homework. So, and then if it involves other agents, if there are 10 agents involved, that money will be shared amongst everybody. So maybe one person will just, on behalf of everybody, get the money, and it will share the money around. So to now differentiate yourself from those agents, those roadside agents, those ones that if you need a house, that you just call, that they always write their numbers on banners, put them around, or just some whatever. You have to know that branding is important to be a successful real estate entrepreneur, developer, realtor, broker, agent, whatever it is. Branding is very, very key. It is very, very, very key. It is very, very, very key. It won't surprise you that, I'll use myself as an example. It won't surprise you that Avalanche Grand Properties might be doing the same thing as what an agent who has a small shop somewhere does. We might be doing the same thing, but I might be getting more jobs than the person. Why? Because I have branded myself well. Branding is very, very key. It consists of your courage, because your brand is your identity. So you have to appear good, you have to be unique, and you have to always attend trainings. Branding is essential. Your courage, the way you carry yourself, your charisma. You must be able to defend properties that you are willing to sell, or you are willing to let out to somebody. You have to be able to defend it. You have to be charismatic. You have to carry yourself well. That's what real estate is about. You have to understand how to talk to clients. So branding is very, very key. You can brand yourself well even on social media. Have social media accounts where you market your business, but it has to be top notch. It has to be top notch. I have a social media handler that I pay every month. I have a graphic designer that I also pay every month. So it's the price that I've decided to pay, and I'm getting results. I sell properties. Why? It didn't just happen overnight. It's a combination of all these things that I've mentioned so far. So branding is very, 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 very important in real estate. So to start real estate is not as easy as it might sound. It is not easy. It is not easy. You have to be consistent. You have to be committed and hardworking. You have to be consistent, committed, and hardworking. And also, if you are a greedy person, real estate might not be for you. If you are a greedy person, don't forget I mentioned that I mentioned commission the other time. So let's imagine there are 5 agents involved in a business transaction of 100 million naira, and the commission is 10%, which is 10 million naira, and there are 5 of you, and you know that you have to share that 10 million naira amongst the 5 of you, and you have decided to keep the whole of 10 million to yourself, or you are trying to be shady, that way, that will cause chaos. And I mean, that way you lose your integrity. People get killed for small money like this. So if you're a greedy person, don't even think real estate. So you have to take records of your transactions. You have to be consistent. It might be rough at the beginning. It might not be easy to get clients. You might not be able to sell, but be consistent, be committed and hardworking. Don't forget to network as well. Do not forget to network. Networking is, I'll keep emphasizing on that, is very, very important in real estate. And you can also do partnership or joint venture. So what partnership and joint venture entails in real estate is this. So to the glory of God, we are working on getting developing a 4 units of a smart house in Abeokuta. That's the first of its kind in Abeokuta. There are no smart houses in Abeokuta. So my company have decided to build 4 units of smart houses in Abeokuta, in Ladder precisely. So, but we can't do it alone. We don't have the funds alone. So I have somebody who has land. He has land. He has some plots of land, but he does not have money to build. But we have money to build, but we don't have land. We cannot afford to buy land. So we have decided to do joint venture or partnership, which means that he's going to donate his own land. We are going to build, and we'll share profits. Depending on the agreement we have, it's going to be 60-40 or 50-50, 70-30, whatever agreement we have. So we are going to share. So that's what partnership is in real estate or joint venture. So if you can have, someone might have land, as a developer, someone might have land, you have the funds to build. You can partner, work things out. It works that way too. As a realtor, you want to sell, you cannot know everybody. You can have clients you can have someone interested in buying a property in Banana Island and you do not have. So that's where networking comes in. So you have to network with your friends or colleagues or associates who are into real estate around the Ikoyi and tell them, please, I need 1 plot of land for a client in Banana Island. So I need you to help me work on it. So you can't be everywhere. You can't be dominant everywhere. You can't be dominant everywhere. So that's why you have to network for partnership, for joint venture. So again, I mentioned this earlier, that real estate will punish you for greed. So again, you can only sell what you can defend. So that's why it's important to attend trainings. You have to know the basic things, the basic rules, the basic, the game in real estate. You have to be able to sell what you can defend. Let's say a client comes now. You took a client to a site of 1 acre. You don't even know how many plots are in 1 acre. You don't know that there are 6 plots in 1 acre. There are 15 plots in 1 hectare. You don't even know the difference between hectare and acres. And client comes, you take the client to the land and you don't even know what to say. We'll see you as an unserious person. So you have to really understand the game. You have to attend trainings, attend master classes, probably serve as interns for real estate companies. I also intend at Sujimoto, although I started selling, I started making money, but he has always been a role model. I approached him, he gave me room for internship, and I intend at Sujimoto. I was there when he was building one of his Lucrezia by Sujimoto in Banana Island. I was there to learn, not like I didn't know anything at all, but I just wanted to know more. So it's important. Then the last thing I will say before I open up for give room for questions, so that I won't be the only one talking. Reputation is key in real estate. You have to guide it with your life. So if you are somebody who is shady, if you are somebody who is greedy, you have zero personality, you have zero reliability, don't even think real estate. Don't think real estate. If you know that you're a greedy fellow, do not think real estate. So reputation, your reputation is key. You have to guide it. You have to understand the kind of places you go. You have to understand the kind of people you roll with. As much as, uh, I kept Afro at some point in time. I wanted to keep Afro. I'm still young. So I met with a client who told me that if it wasn't for the person who recommended me, he wouldn't have done business with me, because why would I be keeping Afro? So you have to understand that for real estate, you have to, look serious. Your appearance is important. Your appearance is important. You cannot go for business meeting wearing shorts, looking rough, looking dirty. So all these simple things matters. So on this note, I think I should give room for questions. So I won't just be the only one talking.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you for taking time out of the schedule. Thank you for your stimulating talk on the topic. So now on to the question and answer session. So if you have any questions, kindly put it in the chat box. If you want to ask the question, kindly unmute your mic. All right, so while we await others to ask their questions, sir, I have a quick question to ask.
Yes, go ahead, please.
And you mentioned earlier, question is that when there is a joint venture partner, is it between two persons, like the developer and the other partner, or more than two people? And the second one is that if there is no okay.
I can't hear you. I can't hear the last question. The second question, I couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear the second question, but I heard the first one clearly. Hello? Are you there?
Okay, second question is that if hello sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, so the second question borders on if the two parties does not have the same strategic objective, will it be a significant reason for that joint venture itself to fail?
I didn't get that. I mean, your network is breaking. So the first question was what?
Okay, sorry, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. The question borders on what you said about joint venture partnership.
Okay.
Now, the first question was that in that partnership itself, can it entails more than two persons, like more than the partner itself and the developer?
Yes,
and then the second question is that when there is no like the same strategic objective, will it be a significant reason for the joint venture itself to fail?
Okay, so first question, yeah, there are rooms for. Okay, so the architect who is designing for us wants to collect 600,000 naira, and that's on the high side. So okay, I don't have 600,000 naira to give you, but okay, be a part of the group of this team, or be a part of this team, and we'll share profit too. Maybe instead of giving you 600,000 naira now, I can double it when the whole project is ready. So it gives room for him to also be a partner. He might just not be a major stakeholder, but at least he's also a partner. Do you understand? So I think what you are trying to ask, I'm not
Hello, sir. We can't hear you, sir. Your mic is muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can.
Oh, okay. So, like I said, there can be room for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. In fact, in the cost of funding itself, you can have like 2, 3, 4, 5 people funding the project for you. They're also your partner. Do you understand? They are also part of the business, so they are partners too. So if you are unable to pay your lawyer until after the completion of the project, the lawyer becomes a partner too. Do you understand? So there is room for many people to be part of the project, to come together and do joint venture or to venture into partnership. So if your other question meant that if there are uh, uh, opposed views, or let's say different views or ideas, if that's what you meant, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm trying to get your question clearly, but if what you asked
That was actually
was
what I meant,
if
sir. Yes, sir.
okay, so there's always room for alignment. This is a group of grown people, grown men, and probably women. You can always come together and you know make compromises. You can always come together and just say, okay, this is not going to work. Okay, let's find another way. I mean, there are ways in which you can do that. So there will always be an alignment as long as you are doing business with people who are mature and reasonable. So there will always be an alignment. So let's take for instance now, I'm a developer, so you cannot it is possible that one of the person funding does not really have so much knowledge about building. So he can come up with an idea also, but it is normal for me to just tell him that, okay, that won't work. And this is the reason why it won't work. Okay, this is why this will work. Okay, let's do this way. So in the case of law too, let's say we want to prepare agreements or deed between these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 people. I mean, it is the lawyer who would have knowledge about, you know, what binds these people together. I don't think it is possible for someone like me to understand certain things in law. Do you understand? So it is a lawyer that will come. So I might have a different opinion or view, but it is the lawyer who would correct me and tell me, okay, this is the reason why your own idea won't work. This is the reason why I think my own idea as a lawyer will work. That's why you have people from different spheres or fields. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you come on board with your own experience and expertise and bring it to the board, and you all work around it. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, sir, it does. Thank you very much, sir. So we have two more questions. And then the first question was asked by Vanguard Solomon. It says that, is there a particular
Is there a particular word?
amount of money a person should have? Hello, sir. Can you hear?
Yeah. Is there a particular amount of money that the person
Should have before they venture into real estate, like a basic amount?
Okay, so it depends on the kind of real estate. If you want to be an investor, you can buy a property of 500,000 naira. As long as you are able to sell it, you don't even need to sell it yourself. You can buy a property of 500,000, 1 million naira, 200,000, any amount that you can afford. As long as you are able to sell it, you don't have to even be the one to sell it by yourself. You can give realtors to sell for you, give them their commission. You are already a real estate investor like that. So for to be a real estate broker, you don't even need any money. You don't need anything. What you need is your connection. You just need to be well connected. You just need to brand yourself well. You just need to do few trainings to learn about buildings, land sizes, documents, and all of that. Once you're able to do that, you don't need any amount. You just network, find properties they want to sell. You help them sell, or you find somebody who is interested in buying a property. Then you network with somebody who knows somebody who wants to sell. You connect them together, you get your commission. That's it. You don't need money to be a developer. For a first timer, you might not literally understand it. I can actually develop a property without spending my own money. I can sell off plan without even putting a block on the site. I can sell off plan. That's because of my own experience. Do you understand? So for a beginner, the only way you can do venture into real estate without having money is to be a broker or a realtor or an agent. What do you need? You just need to be trained. You can intern in a real estate company, just learn basic things. No land sizes, no land documents. Know how to facilitate a meeting between a buyer and a seller. Connect yourself with people who have properties to sell. Take briefs from them. You can post them on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on your Instagram. Just keep posting them. You'll find somebody who is interested in buying, who gets in your DM and ask you, how much is this property? Oh, I think I'm interested. Then you bring about a meeting between the buyer and the seller. And that's it. If it works out, you get your commission. That's it. You wouldn't spend any dime to do that. So I hope that answers the question. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We
All
have
right.
another question by
Okay.
Vanguard Uluwato Farati. She said that, can you share any insight on current trends or opportunities in the real estate market? She's asking if you could share any current trends or any insight on the current trends or opportunities in the real estate market.
So, uh, okay, there are opportunities everywhere, every time. Okay, so one of the opportunities is this. I don't know if this person lives in Lagos. So there are lots of developers in Lagos. There are lots of, real estate developments in Lagos around the second toll, Ikate, Ikota, Aja, Shangutedo, all those places. All you just need to do is to, network with people who are, or let's say this is actually an opportunity, or there's an opportunity. Okay, so some of these real estate companies in Lagos who are developers, who have estates, or who have houses that are selling, I think they give room for you to walk into their office and tell them that you can help them sell. And this is the good thing about that. They share very high commission and incentives. For beginners like you, it is a very great opportunity for beginners like you who don't even have an experience. So you can walk into any of their offices. I can share a couple of them. There's this estate this man is selling, Reverend Matthew Ashimolowo. I think it's called Macarius. So you can follow them on Instagram. You can walk up into their office, tell them that you can market for them. I mean, a lot of us have done marketing before or sales, whatever, before. You can walk into their office, such like the Macarios, Tujimoto, most of these developers, walk into their office and tell them that you want to market for them. They can always train you to market for them. And when you make a sale for them, they have really crazy incentives, such like, they can give you a round trip they can tell you that if you're able to sell 10 million, they'll give you a free laptop. If you're able to sell like 20 million, they'll give you a phone. In fact, they gave some of my friends cars. One of my friends has a 2010 Highlander, which was given to him by a developer that he sold properties for. So these are the opportunities. You don't even need any money. They provide some of them provide accommodation for these marketers. Some of them they provide mobility for their marketers, security and mobility for their marketers. So it's just for you to search on Instagram, find all these real estate companies or developers. You can contact them and ask if you could sell for them. So I think it's that one is one of the easiest ways, to get into the real estate world. I mean, you can intern there while you are doing the internship, learning one or two. You can also sell for them, and when you sell, you get your commission. Still get high incentives from it. So it is possible to get into real estate today, and in 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, you're already a millionaire. So it's possible. There is a lot of possibilities in the real estate world. You just have to, find a way to get into it. I hope that answers the question.
Very well, sir. Thank you very much for that enlightening answer. So we have two more questions. Can I go ahead, sir?
Sure, you can.
Okay, so the first question says that starting a real estate business, what is the minimum capital that you recommend?
It depends on what you have, but it depends on what you have. You can still get properties of about 500,000, 600,000 naira, 1 million naira. You just need to find, but I wouldn't, but for your stage, if it is what you can afford, it's okay. It's okay if that is what you can afford. But I can always tell you that the cheaper the property is, the more difficult, or no, it's not going to be difficult to sell. I just feel that the cheaper the property is, the lower the chances of making so much from it. I don't know if that makes sense. So if you buy, let's say if you buy, there are properties, there are lands of about 100,000, say, but it's going to be in the bush, inside the bush, like thick forest, all those farmlands. You can see some for like 200,000 a plot. But who is going to buy? If you buy that, would you like, if okay, let's say one of your friends buys land of 200,000 in a thick bush, no houses, and he brings it to you that you should come and buy, would you buy? You won't buy now. So the more money you have, the higher your chances of getting quick return, the higher your chances of getting sales, if that makes sense. So you can start with any amount you have, but I'm just telling you that the cheaper the money you invest with, the lower your chances of getting quick sales and making high returns. So that's just the logic behind it.
All right, sir. So due to our fast spent time, I would be asking no questions. So thank you very much, sir. Once again, thank you for that presentation. Thank you for the answers. They are very clear and well explained. So moving on, I will be making an announcement. The first one is, it talks about Vanguard Africa. It says that we have to be here every week on Saturday. We have a special meeting that is known as privilege.
Hi, Christiana. Sorry, good evening. Okay, so sorry, just a second. This is to specially appreciate Mr. Olayinka Soyode for that very insightful session. I know that I heard that during his session, he had mentioned that he joined a particular training and he paid heavily for that training, to learn more about real estate and to also network. And it may seem as though, oh, this is a free event, oh, he has answered our questions. And there's a tendency for people on this call to take the wisdom and the insights that he has shared with levity. But you'll be doing yourself a very big disfavor if you do that, because what he has shared on this call is actually a part of what he actually paid heavily for. So more reason why I would like everybody, to send their thank yous the way we do it in the Vanguard Africa, send your claps, your emojis. I know you cannot unmute yourself, but let's do it the way we do it. Let's properly appreciate Mr. Soyode for that very wonderful session. And because what he has literally done is to empower you to make money. So even as a student, you can intern. I didn't even know that. You can volunteer to market and get several opportunities from that. Some of you who are probably even struggling with finances, I'm sure you now know that you can walk up to a standard good real estate company, and aside learning about real estate, you can also make some profit if you prove to be diligent and honest. So this is a whole lot. In fact, it was more than what I expected. So let's appreciate Mr. Soyode for that. And I expected that, the moderator would have taken a bit more time on that appreciation, because this is how we do it. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate your time. It's been over an hour. You've been speaking for over an hour or so, and we cannot pay you adequately for what you have shared, with us today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, sir.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
sir.
So, in addition, thank you guys, and I must really commend you guys. So, I have a foundation, Olayinka Soyode Foundation, or Soyode Olayinka Foundation, and one of the motives is actually to not just empower youth or empower people. It is to teach people on how to develop themselves, on how to be good persons, or to be good to themselves. I mean, I think it's just bare minimum to be a good person. So, I think, like I've said, there are several places you can, pick lessons from. Then again, even myself, I have a couple of people that I look up to. Just a few days ago, I was listening to Dr. Akintayo. He's a real estate mogul. He shared his own story too on Instagram with Betty Rabo. I don't know if anyone knows. I grew up watching Sonny Rabo and Betty Rabo. So he shared his own story too. And I picked a couple of lessons from it. So do not think that you have outgrown lessons. Do not stop getting trained. Do not stop attending trainings. There are so many platforms on Instagram where you can enroll into, you can get trained. Some are virtual, some are physical. In fact, I can recommend the School of Estate and Business that I attended. They have a less than 10,000 naira masterclass. I think it happens just one day in Lagos. I can share. You can follow Avalanche Grand Properties on Instagram. You can DM us or DM. I would be glad to share some of these training platforms for you guys. So if you are really interested in real estate, and I must tell you that real estate is a money-making business, trust me, it's a money-making business. You will make so much money. If you can just put all these things together, be a good person. It is important. Attend trainings, network. Understand that virtually all the people on this program, on this master class, are your potential clients. Understand that they are your potential partners and clients. So do well for yourselves to network with all the people that are present on this, this master class. Wherever you go, your church, get involved, be active. I joined Rotary Club a few months ago. My annual dues is 80,000 naira. It's not like I'm paying SRT is like 50,000 naira a year. That's about 130,000. I'm not getting paid from that. But what do I need it for? To network. I want to join the golf club too. What do I need it for? I don't need to play golf. Just go there, network. So in the School of Estates and Business that I attended, I've done business with the proprietor himself. I made over 3 million naira from it. I made money from it. I've done businesses with some of my colleagues there, wherever I found myself. My gym, I don't spend more than 3-4 months at the particular gym. So I go there for 3-4 months. I profile people around there. I give them my business cards. I play with them. And before you know it, we're already doing business. I sold in 2 months, I've been able to sell land worth of about 60 million naira to a particular young guy that I met at the gym. At the gym, a young guy, you wouldn't even know, just texted me. The only thing you need to do is to let them know what you do. Walk up to people and tell them what you do and be a good person. So I hope this will work for you guys. And I can't wait to personally mentor some of you guys who are interested in mentorship. So just you can follow me on Instagram or follow Avalanche Grand Properties on Instagram. Get in my DM. I would be more than glad to help. So thank you guys so much for listening, for giving me this platform to also teach you one or two things. So thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. This is really amazing. And like I said, this is way beyond expectation. We, had planned that we're going to learn so much about real estate, but we did not even think that, it would actually become live opportunities that we can pursue. So if you are so interested in real estate and or you are enthusiastic about it, please, you can reach out to me. I can connect you with Mr. Soyode, or you can also follow him on Instagram, or his company Avalanche Grand Properties on Instagram, and you're already on your way to your real estate riches. So thank you very much, sir, once again, for teaching passionately and for also exposing, everyone here to the numerous opportunities available in the real estate industry. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes, so sir. You guys should have a wonderful evening.
You too, sir. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Mr. Now, over to you. Bye, sir.
Thank you very much once again, sir. It's like at this point, I need to stop studying my course and just move into study real estate. So as I said, if we have questions to ask him, let's follow him on Instagram, Mr. Olayinka, Soyode, and follow his company, Avalanche Grand Properties. And if you have questions, you can enter his DM. He's free to answer our questions. And if we're interested in being mentored by him, he's always available. And I was able to learn about networking and how network responds to real estate, the power of networking, branding, and being honest, the power of integrity. So moving on, which is the announcement, at the Vanguard Africa, every week on Saturday, we have a special meeting that is known as the village meeting. It holds at 4 p.m. This is where we engage people on personal development activities, and we hope to keep seeing you in our subsequent meeting. And also, you can always catch a replay of our sessions on YouTube via our channel, the Vanguard Africa, especially for those people that have missed out on the part or the whole of the session. Now, moving on, we have the recitation of the Vanguard Africa mantra. So I don't want us to see this mantra as something that you would say and that's it, no effect. As they say in Bible, that faith without work, say is dead. This is our goal. The mantra is our goal. It is our vision. It is what we see concerning the Vanguard Africa. So the more we say it, the more we recite it, the more we believe in it, and eventually make it a reality. So wherever you are, repeat after me, but do not unmute your mic. The Vanguard Africa mantra. At the Vanguard Africa, we promote transformational leadership in every sphere of influence. Our leaders are well-rounded, adequately built, and exceptionally equipped to excel in every leadership they are entrusted with. We dream upward, invent new strategies, and deploy exemplary wisdom in our affairs. We have more than enough human and capital resources to inspire, build, and equip the next generation of leaders in Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Our dreams shall not die. Our vision shall not fade. Our hope shall not be dashed. Our strength shall not be waned. With God, we are excellent personalities, leadership models, and organizational catalysts, bringing order into everything we step into. Amen. So we are heading to the closing prayer. Father Lord, we thank you for a successful completion of today's session. It is not by our power, it's not by our might, but by your special grace. Oh Lord, at the same time, Father, we are starting a new week. We pray your presence go before us and clear every gross darkness, every difficulties and hindrances. And we pray that you go before us, you give us the strength to be able to deal with this week. And at the end of it all, Father Lord, let us have the full cause to glorify your holy name. In Jesus' mighty name I've prayed. Once again, thank you everyone for joining in and staying to the very end. We have come to the end of today's session. Thank you, everyone.